Hello and welcome everybody to yet another game for the Join Dota League Season number 4. It's going to be a 2-game series between Moscow 5 and HEHE. Never United this time around. They're switching it up all the time. It's like sometimes United, never United and whatever, but it's pretty much still the same old HEHE. And we're of course HeflaTV, English coverage for, well, pretty much everything we can get our hands on. I'm Coucher and I'm joined by Mike Loris. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We started a little bit earlier than last time. We're only 17 minutes late, so I suppose come jDL4 we'll be able to start on the advertised time.
Well, we can hope so at the very least. So, Moscow 5, they're starting with their pretty much trademark Ogre by now. They get it really every time they just can, especially even as the first pick here. And Moscow 5, they're definitely a team that loves to go aggressive as much as they possibly can. So we'll see if they're gonna go for an aggressive route. HEHE though, Sky of Maze, Earthshaker, just such a standard support tool.
Yeah, both teams are not really going to be showing what direction they're going to be going in, as all of these support heroes currently in the game are extremely versatile in how they can approach it. I mean, they can be aggressive, they cannot be. And Nature's Prophet is just kind of another one of those heroes who can go in any direction. So neither team is really going to show what they're doing right now, but as you said, Moscow 5 do like the aggression, so it's a higher chance that we're going to be seeing a Nature's Prophet pick up those null talismans and then try to fight early.
I actually really like lineups that are built to go aggressive, having a Nature's Prophet. Just having that 4th hero to TP in, for example, if it should be a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, or even just in a mid lane gank, just Nature's Prophet comes in, maybe has enough mana for the Nature's Call, gets the 3-ends to tank up the dive, for example. Definitely something that can be of use. We don't know yet how Moscow 5 actually want to run the Nature's Prophet. Usually it's in the off lane. You can run it in the mid lane as well to actually guarantee the levels and that you can actually gank like that. But next set of bans now, just cores taken out. Moscow 5 targeting the off laner kind of cores, the Faceless Void and the Batrider, just initiator heroes really. HEHE though, first taking out a Razor hero that can push once he gets the Dragon Scepter pretty damn fast. Other than that, really annoying overall, pretty tanky. Can easily build a BKB, static link just a nuisance to deal with. But HEHE, what are they gonna go for something like a Tide Hunter for themselves maybe? Just get that huge team fight. And if Moscow 5 want to go for pushes, they're gonna have to just kind of fight into the Ravage.
Yeah, I mean, the Tide Hunter offers all those things, but I think most crucially, it still keeps HEHE open to go for whatever they want. So picking up a hero like Tide or Centaur will be them not committing in any direction, and the longer you could not commit, the better you're going to be, unless you really have one very specific, very narrow goal in mind, in which case you commit as soon as possible. But yeah, going for either one of those really safe offlane heroes should be the goal for this third pickup after the last ban, or the second ban of the second ban phase.
Well, they're taking their time at the moment. Sometimes you see bans just happening so damn fast, but they're actually thinking about it. And I actually didn't even look at it all that much, the first bans, but Moscow 5, they did ban out the Legion Commander. Not the most popular of heroes, but has been rising a little bit. IO though, it's kind of a common ban against certain teams. He definitely one of them. They just run the IO so often, whether it be in just mid lane solo or as a support. But oh god, they went for a Medusa, so they want to take this late game. Or I mean, Earthshaker and Sky of Mage should be able to be aggressive early enough to actually land themselves a just decent lead, maybe even coming into the mid game. And Medusa just to ensure that you have some late game power as well.
Yeah, and they take the Medusa after having banned out the Anti-Mage, so definitely setting up that Medusa for success as far as that is concerned, but there are always counters to Medusa, depending on how deep the other team wants to go. The easiest counter is just play aggressively, and with Ogre Magi, Nature's Prophet, and as we said before, Moscow 5 do like to play aggressive, they could deal with the Medusa fairly easily. I could see this Medusa, despite the protection from Earthshaker and Scarth Mage, getting pressured very heavily and not getting a whole lot of farm, depending on how, of course, Moscow 5 end up playing this game. Ogre Magi maybe take another stunner with their secondary support. Then they should be fine to just roam around. And even if they pick fights with the other two supports, it's hard to beat an Ogre Magi in a early slugfest. It's just not going to happen unless you have an Ancient Apparition on your team.
Yeah, the Ogre is just so damn tanky. Has pretty great base armor. Starting at 6, it's absolutely ridiculous. At the very least, they have a decent amount of magic damage as well to try to deal with the Ogre. But Moscow 5, picking up a Mirana, I would expect it to be a support, but that's just the beauty of the pick as well. It's so versatile.
Yeah, in this game, it's going to be Moscow 5 to keep open and keep everything hidden, whereas HEHE with the Medusa are kind of already showing themselves to go late. Now this is, with the Medusa pick, kind of where Moscow 5 are very happy the fact that they banned out the Faceless Void and the Bat Rider. Heroes to initiate for the Medusa, heroes to combo with the Skyrath Mage, and really just heroes that are going to be running the mid game where Medusa tries to farm for late. They're not going to be able to ban out all the heroes, obviously, so Medusa is going to have some protection one way or another, but yeah, the bans for Moscow 5, given what he have right now, are going to be pretty impactful.
So for HEHE, depending on where they want to run the Medusa, they need either a mid laner or a safe laner. Probably I would think Medusa will be in the tri lane. HEHE, of course, still need an off lane as well. Even the Centaur is still available. Centaur plus Skyrath Mage, a crazy amount of magic damage, but whoa, picking up an Ancient Apparition. That means now that one of the three just so-called support heroes is going to go into the core role. Kind of hoping for that core Earthshaker, but I think even Navi ran a mid lane Ancient Apparition in Star Ladder yesterday. So which of the three do you think is going to be in the core role?
I think the best one to go in core role is Skyrath Mage. I think the one I most want to see is the Ancient Apparition. I don't know. I mean, they're all kind of equally unviable, at the same time equally viable. If you are going to put your Ancient Apparition in the mid lane, then it kind of indicates that you want to play aggressively, as Ancient Apparition does peak early, and you want to use his early game power of Ice Blast and Chilling Touch in order to get lots and lots of kills. And with a Medusa pick, it doesn't really make sense for them to do that. So I'm inclined to think it's not going to be Ancient Apparition mid, as much as it pains me to say that. More likely it's going to be maybe just a Skyrath mid. They don't know who Moscow 5 is going to have on the other end, but with the Nyx Assassin pickup for Moscow 5, they have just so much versatility in their lanes, and Nyx is fantastic against both Medusa and Skyrath Mage.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, Nyx Assassin, he's becoming a little bit more popular now that Medusa is on the table as well. The mana burn, it really does double the amount against Medusa because, first of all, you drain the mana, but since it also does damage, it drains the additional amount of mana because, well, Medusa's mana shields just work like that. So, pretty nice pickup there, and like I said, giving them some additional versatility, plus a pretty nice amount of lockdown. Nature Prophet doesn't have any stuns, but the Sprout in the later stages of the game where everybody's out of tangos already might become just a huge factor as well there. Plus, of course, man, Ogre, the Fire Blast, Nyx Assassin, Impale. So, I really like what Moscow 5 has at the moment. Of course, they banned out the Luna. Moscow 5 could have been a great addition to them, just help out with the pushing, additional magic damage if need be. And just Lunar Blessing is overall a pretty nice boost to their team.
Yeah, I think Moscow 5 are still going to look for that kind of mid-game oriented hero in order to really get under HEHE before they get really big with their Medusa. Who is that going to be? I have no idea. Maybe something like a Bristleback or one of those tankier heroes to run the front lines and cause a whole bunch of chaos while the rest of the heroes kind of keep their distance is going to be the pick. Or, I mean, I could definitely see Moscow 5 running a little bit something weird right now. Or they could just go safe with, I don't know, send a mid lane Templar Assassin or Ember Spirit or something like that. I mean, HEHE don't have that much crowd control. And if you get a really elusive hero, then you could probably find some pretty decent success. And for HEHE, I think they just want to have more mid-game control over this game. I mean, with a Medusa, you have already kind of three-ish supports, but they're kind of lightweights. You really need someone to be a little bit tankier. I still think the Centaur would have been good, but
That's not one of them. Oh god, so how the hell do he think to lane this now? I guess it might be something like a Venomancer mid, but I really have no clue at all what he are gonna do with their lanes.
Well, I mean, since they have mostly support heroes, their lanes should be pretty strong. I mean, if you pair these dual lanes or tri-lane or just random roamers, no matter what happens, their laning and kill potential is going to be extremely high. Again, the problem is that they're so soft, and you're dealing with Mirana, Nyx Assassin, and Ogre Magi. These heroes are able to put out a lot of damage if they land their stun combos and if they land their spells. So this is a very fragile lineup for HEHE in more ways than one. And now Moscow 5, they're going to pick up the pretty classic Phantom Assassin just to get some bloodlust and to go ham on all these soft heroes. I don't know, HEHE, they have to really lock down the early game. And if they don't, then it's going to be a very terrible mid game for them.
Oh, it most likely is. Phantom Assassin, he has to be a little bit careful, of course. Most likely will have to build into a pretty fast BKB if he wants to survive anything, really. And the thing is that even if you go into the BKB, Medusa Stone Gaze can still affect you. Of course, once you're petrified, you don't take any magic damage for the duration. So that might be a downside actually for the side of HEHE line. Because they have a crazy amount of magic damage, but Phantom Assassin, his crits, they take care of the mana shield so damn fast in the late game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really hurtful for Medusa come late game to keep that mana shield up. Not only that, but also Nyx Assassin, if he gets a couple of mana burns off before a fight goes off, like if they're kind of standing around each other, then that's gonna be just even worse for Medusa. So this is a very risky lineup for HEHE and a little bit more safe standard kind of lineup for Moscow 5, especially, you know, the Phantom Assassin and the Ogre kind of flavoring it like Moscow 5 like it too. So we're going to load up into the game. We'll see how these lanes are going to shape up. I don't expect anything too weird from Moscow 5 as they're going to send PGG over onto the Mirana. At least King R on the Ogre Magi up towards top. Blair Brain is going to be handling the Phantom Assassin. That leaves Vigos on the Nyx and Tron on the Nature's Prophet. They are going to swap their heroes around a little bit more given the players and heroes that I would expect to be on the the respective heroes.
Yeah, same here, but for HEHE, HWA, Ancient Apparition, he will head into the mid lane, at least looks like it at the moment. With Nihis on the Venomancer, leaving Chipside to play the Skyrive Mage, Techno-Roshan as in Blue Banana on the Medusa, and Sexy Bambo will be the last one on the Earthshaker. So we might be looking at the mid lane Ancient Apparition after all, unless... No, they're already swapping, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, the Treant running through is going to spot out all the items and all the loadouts. Still, the Ancient Apparition is built like a core, so whether he goes towards the mid lane or whether he goes to the bottom lane, it's going to be a core Ancient Apparition. The Venomancer is obviously going to be played as core as well with 8 tangos and a Ring of Protection. So that seems to be our 3 cores, Skyrive Mage, Earthshaker, going to be the pretty classic supports. I don't think this is too terrible. I'm really interested to see how this Ancient Apparition is going to match up versus a Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin actually has Magic Stick already, expecting the Venomancer matchup, so I guess he are going to get a narrow edge because of that.
Yeah, he might have expected really either the Venomancer or the Skyrive Mage, and both of them would have been just perfect matchups if you're going for the Magic Stick really. Arcane Bolt spam or Plague Ward spam. Ancient Apparition though definitely does not qualify there. He's going to spam out a reasonable amount, maybe King Ardo with a double damage rune. However, if he doesn't sense this coming, we might be looking at an early first blood. They have the Impale ready as well, they just need to set up stun Kingar. He's gonna get the Fire Blast, Ancient Apparition. He's gonna go down to the first blood, Arrow even connects and Kingar picks up the first blood for himself. Really nicely executed by M5.
Man, if Ogre Magi wasn't scary enough, put a double damage rune on him and he's taking out like half of your HP per swing. And Ancient Apparition is not exactly a tanky hero. He has quite a bit of base damage. His range advantage plus that base damage is going to help him control the lane, even being a kill down. I mean, he's already level 2, whereas Vigos is now hitting his level 2 mark. Top lane, though, they're going to get a fissure and a kill on Blairbrain, who's been left up there all alone. As I said before, this lack of late game heroes on HEHE's side, the abundance of supports is going to mean their lanes are extremely strong and they have a lot of kill potential. So all these heroes from Moscow 5 have to play this extremely carefully.
And in the bottom lane, Blue Banana and PGG, they're completely man-fighting with PGG. He's losing out in the end to the Medusa. Tron comes in to help out finally, but not enough, although Medusa definitely should be having an easier time than the Phantom Assassin. Just, there's no escape for the Phantom Assassin unless he has either a creep wave coming in at the just fortune timing for him, or just a teammate sitting behind for the Phantom Strike.
And it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, as they're going to go once again for mid. That was just a random impale landing into a teleport. I did not expect that to happen. I mean, like, keeping my eyes on PGG, keeping my eyes on King R, and they're in their top and bottom lanes, but getting a kill on the Ancient Apparition with just an early rotation from Nature's Prophet, I did not see that one coming. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
It caught me so off guard. I was like, what kill, where? How the hell did that happen? Of course, that means Medusa is going to have a slightly easier time as Blow Your Brain. He's having such a hard one on the top lane. He's not going to catch him. I mean, I think he could have attempted the Venomous Scale, but you can dodge it.
He walks right into an arrow. PGG, red Techno Roshan like a frickin' book. That's going to let Tron right-click him down. Easy kills in the bottom lane, and arrow, free-handed, yet it will land regardless. And as difficult as that is, going to get them a kill on a very nice hero. Sexy Bambo is going to run to King R, and Bambo's a little bit sleepy. You know, he's going to wake up and run away. So Moscow 5, they're definitely putting on the pressure, and HEHE, despite their heroes, they're not getting as much done as I really would think. I mean, they're obviously going to wait for level 6s. That's where they really hit their stride, but still, Moscow 5 roaming from the get-go is putting them at a nice advantage before HEHE can really get their lineup going.
Yeah, and funny enough, Blow Your Brain is actually the highest last hitter in the game so far. I would have expected him to struggle so damn hard on the lane, but they're forced to react, and they're gonna go into the mid lane because he's gonna go down. Spike Carapace or not, I don't think it's gonna save him. And the courier, no, run! Oh my freaking god, the courier just upgraded in time. Oh man.
That was very close. In the meantime, Earthshaker is taking tower shots. He will be able to survive all of that. Moscow 5 lose only the Nyx Assassin, and it's not the best hero to lose, but at least they don't lose the courier as well. Nature's Prophet wants in on the Scarith Mage. He is not going to find him. Or will he? He has phase boots, and Scarith Mage is running the wrong direction. Run, Scarith Mage, run! Oh, Tron sees him. He could blind Sprout from here, or he could just... Oh, he missed out the Sprout! Okay, maybe he can't blind Sprout from there. I lied.
That was so damn close. I mean, he needed 2 extra right clicks, so 3 altogether. Didn't get it though, because he's just gonna stand in the cold feet, really? They're gonna proc as well. That was just so weird, but it's just a bait tower. Gonna get mana burned, arrow to follow up as well. Tron comes in with a few right clicks. PGG gets the kill. Sexy Bambo, he's running into it. Gets the Fisher, but he's blocked in now. Nothing to eat his way through. I think he's gonna go down as well. Impale gonna come off cooldown in 1 second. Is he gonna hit it? Yes, he is. That's another kill, Kingar. He even comes in to provide some assistance on the Ogre, just to make sure. Actually, can they get chips? The arrow will follow up. Ignite is there. Holy freaking crap. The early game, Moscow 5, they are just wrecking it.
This is the power of an early game Nature's Prophet. He would ordinarily, if he was any other hero, be still in the bottom lane, just trying to farm up against the Medusa and having a pretty good time, but instead he's farming heroes in the mid lane and having an even better time. Mirana barely escaping, landing 2 arrows in that fight, and it's pretty much all the value you could possibly want. And suddenly Vigos is level 5 versus the level 4, actually almost 5 Ancient Apparition. He's not doing too badly in the level department, but this Nyx Assassin, once he gets that extra level, is going to be hitting level 6, and at that point, I'm pretty sure you could solo kill everyone on HEHE. Like, no one is safe.
Maybe with Medusa having the mana shield activated, but oh, Vigos, no, the Fisher Sexy Bambo, he hesitated for so damn long. 2 TPs even came in, so I guess Moscow 5 maybe TPs wasted a little bit. Vigos didn't have his level 6 quite yet. Could have popped his invis maybe, but there's the Fisher Cold Feet as well. 1 more right click. Nope, he had the invis rune, so he's just barely gonna survive.
He's gonna try to turn it around with this one. He is 1 hit away from death. They're gonna go for a while regardless. If there's another Fissure, and there is, Vigos is gonna go down, but they're gonna burst down the Ancient Apparition before that Fissure can come out. Now Vigos hit with the Fissure, but it doesn't do enough damage. Sexy Bambo really wants that kill, but this bug is going to survive. Oh man, this early game start is not the one that HEHE wanted. With these types of heroes, you'd expect the score to be swapped, but Moscow 5, they're just playing this so well, always getting the numbers advantage, and therefore gonna get a very nice kill score lead.
Oh, Blower Brain might have been a little bit of trouble with He's once again just withholding. Oh, they're gonna go for Kingar in the meantime. He's gonna get slowed down, but Tron, he comes in. They want to go for the counter. The Fire Blast is there. Sexy Bambo, he's gonna lose his life, Kingar. He's just too damn tanky. Chipsline needs 1 more Arcane Bolt. He's gonna claim the kill. eat his way through the trees as well, but he's just gonna get chased down. Another 2 for 1. Really, just Moscow 5. They already have the Hand of Midas on the Nature's Prophet with the Phase Boots.
Top lane, they're going to start a brawl. Mirana's going to go down to poison damage, but Phantom Assassin with the help of Vigos is going to finish off the Venomancer. Probably the best trade that HEHE have taken in quite a long time. Over towards the bottom rune area, that's kind of what happens when you start a slugfest with Ogre. He is only level 3. Like, this is not a highly leveled hero. This is not an extremely farmed hero. He just has a whole bunch of armor. And that's really something that you don't want to fight up against. When you have an Earthshaker, I mean, that guy can't fight up against an Ogre. It's not going to happen.
So we're top lane. Ice Blast is flying. Blow your brain. He's gonna get caught. There's the Fissure as well. I don't think he can escape this. Or kind of nice Phantom Strike over the Fissure. And suddenly he is safe. If they had just waited for like 2 more seconds, Nihis to arrive as well on the Venomancer.
And now Techno Roshan.
Oh, God.
He's gonna take another fall. This game is just so freaking action-packed that it is actually impossible to keep up with everything. King R gonna run Sexy Bambo. He only has a level 2 Fire Blast, level 1 Ignite. Still the levels are not coming up for this Ogre despite his participation in the kills. But that's pretty much fine since Moscow 5 are still getting kills regardless. And Ogre, though he does get a lot better with levels, doesn't exactly need them. At this point, if he's just setting up for PGG, that's good enough. And another Ice Blast is going to fly up towards top. They're going to try to go for Blur Brain one more time. Don't go in there, Blur Brain. He's going to survive that Ice Blast attempt. And, well, that's the scary part of HEHE's lineup. They have hit their level 6s. And they are a lot more powerful because of that, but they're only more powerful if their Ice Blasts actually land.
Yeah, and they've actually left now PGG in the bottom lane as well to soak up some XP and farm. Chipsign gonna harass a little bit from the high ground with the Arcane Bolts, the Synats as well. Actually doing a lot of damage. In the mid lane though, they're gonna go to Hava again. There's the Impale to follow. Tron, he TPs in and the Mana Burn just gets the kill. Oh god, the kills, they just do not stop coming. Actually, the last game I've casted of HEHE was more or less the same, but this time around they're on the receiving end.
So I love Tron's build. He actually has gone for Phase Boots and then a Hand of Midas. I mean, I'm pretty sure if it was just 4 to 8, then he'd be like, oh, I'm fighting early, I should get these Null Talismans and get that up. But because he's fighting early and he's getting so much out of it, he's like, oh, might as well go for Hand of Midas. It's attack speed to complement the Phase Boots. Now you're going to go for the mid lane. Man, this game just will not quit. Chips is going to go down. Nature's Prophet once again stealing the kill. That's the 7th kill for Tron. This Hand of Midas is not even necessary. Like, he's farming heroes to like outpace the rate of his Hand of Midas farm.
At least he gets the levels from it as well, I guess. But yeah, he's getting a sick amount. He's going for the straight up Orchid as well. Gonna be an excellent item pickup, I think. Just to make sure, for example, Venomancer doesn't get his ultimate off. And when he doesn't, suddenly Moscow 5 should feel that much safer. One thing that Moscow 5 might lack at the moment. Oh, blow your brain. He got caught. The Fissure is there as well. Ice Blast, is it flying? I don't think so. So Blower Brain, he's gonna survive once again. But what I was trying to aim at is...
Oh, Ice Blast.
Oh god.
Here we go. Oh, don't go in there. That was so close. That was pretty freaking close. If he didn't Phantom Strike to that creep, he would have gotten caught. But they're going to go for Ancient Apparition. No, Arrow misses. I don't think they could go in. Or I don't think they want to go in after that. They probably can, since it's Moscow 5, and they've been doing very well with it. But they're not going to. It's going to be Blower Brain to survive, and he's actually pretty poor considering the fact that he has not been involved in any of these fights. Like, everyone else on M5 are just stacked, and he pick up a very nice item for this game. Veil of Discord is going to be huge on the Veno.
Oh, it most certainly is. It's a pretty brilliant item pickup. Even just before boots or anything, went for it straight away, and they need to play to their strengths. The mid game really just having the spellcaster. Oh, because he's gonna get caught. The silence is there. Ice Blast to fall as well with the Fissure. He actually makes it out of the Ice Blast just somehow. Sentry a little bit too late as well, and can he get the counter kill? Tron, does he have his ultimate? Yes, he does. They have the Wrath of Nature. Vigos, does he know there's his Sentry? Sexy Bambo doesn't have the stun yet. Impale, not even necessary. He's holding on to it. Wrath of Nature, one more right click. Vigos is gonna get the kill. And is he gonna go for more Cold Feet? Slowed down as well. Never mind, he should be fine.
No, he's gonna throw another Impale. Suddenly, the Scarith Mage not looking too healthy. Where's the Nature's Prophet? Man, you've been playing so aggressively. Why stop now? He's going to stop now. He's just satisfied with taking the tower. That's going to be Scarith Mage barely limping back to the base as everyone does secure the bottom lane tower. So Moscow 5 going to translate some of those kills into now an objective and taking the tower. And this is going to mean that they are just so in control of this game. Ice Blast is going to come way too late. And Moscow 5, they do have a Nature's Prophet at the end of the day. And he is able to push push and fight if need be. Seen a lot of the fighting, not as much of the pushing, but I'm sure that'll happen soon enough as they take one of the 3 outer tier 1 towers, and I expect the others are going to fall pretty shortly. Actually, HWA in the mid lane. Gonna get hit with an Impale as he comes in, but no follow-up, never mind.
I'm not too sure if Vigos actually timed it that perfectly or just wanted to farm the creeps and the TP happened to arrive at the same time, but nicely done nonetheless. Sexy Bimbo might be in some trouble if there's a smoke from Moscow 5, but one thing the Moscow 5 is really lacking is just either a mech or even a pipe carrier, or at least not a natural one for them. A pipe kind of feels necessary unless everybody wants to build PKBs, and Hava, is he gonna get chased down? The Ignite to slow him down first. Vigos should be able to catch up. Nice spike carapace from Vigos into the Ice Blast. Kingar gonna lose his life, gets the last Fire Blast off before though. He does go down in the MPGG on the run as well, but it's a 1-for-1, a core for support.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty worth it for Moscow 5, especially when they could turn around and just go right back in. There is a Sentry Ward freshly dropped, so they do know exactly where Vigos is, but here comes Blurry Brain from the side. Gonna kill the Sky with Mage. Vigos still getting focused down, but he is gonna stick up and be just fine. Sexy Bambo now sprouted up, and he's gonna go down after just an Enchant Totem Desperation stun. Techno Roshan is going to be chased down by Blow Your Brain. He needs support. There are teleportations coming. Blow Your Brain, not enough damage to actually kill him off, but still Tron and King are going to be fighting up against the Venomancer. Now returned to this game. He's going to try to teleport out. The Sage Prophet is going to stick the landing, and he will survive to pick up his Orchid. Looks like a clean disengage for Moscow 5, unless they really want more. Techno Roshan looking awfully tasty for Blow Your Brain, but diving a Venomancer, and now that everyone on HEHE is up, probably not what the Phantom Assassin is going to look to do, but still it's Moscow 5 just taking more and more kills and extending their already pretty huge lead.
I mean, 17-5, it's almost unheard of to have a kill score as such, only 13 minutes into the game. Looking at the graphs as well, about a 6,000 net worth lead for Moscow 5. XP 4,000, not as huge, but it's still so substantial considering HEHE, they should be the ones completely in control of the mid game with their lineup.
Yeah, and right now the Medusa is kind of just AFK farming as to be expected, but that means that HEHE are fighting pretty much 4v5 right now as Moscow 5, their quote-unquote hard farmer Blow Your Brain, is participating quite a bit. PG is going to get jumped upon and he will be brought down, just an easy fissure combination there, but this is going to put Shipchin in quite a vulnerable position. He's going to get critted down and ignited. The Veil from Nihis is going to be met with a multicast in return, and now here comes Tron from the side, going to get the Orchid onto the Bambo. That's going to be death of the Earthshaker, who will pop after the additional damage. A godlike streak for Tron, and again, it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Moscow 5. HEHE have not had a good trade for the entirety of this game. I don't think they've had a single trade that's actually benefited them.
The only thing that they really can rely on or hope for at the moment is just ending the huge sprees. For example, if Medusa got the last hit onto Nature Prophet, it would be just such a huge swing in the favor of the Medusa. Just because ending the godlike streak after all, Blow Your Brain has to be a little bit careful. The Moonlight Shadow comes out, Cold Feet, they won't proc either. Are we gonna see some aggression from these Moonlight Shadows? Doesn't look like they're in position for it.
I'm sure Moscow 5 will get into position pretty quickly. They've taken the second tier 1 tower up on the top lane, getting a couple more levels, a little more gold for the Ogre Magi, always a nice thing. And HEHE, what's their farming status of the Medusa? She's doing okay. I mean, going for drums, power treads, these are all good items to have on Medusa. And especially given the circumstances, she needs these items to kind of fight early, but I don't know, it feels like it's just, no matter what she gets, it's just not enough because she is Medusa. They're going to go for Blow Your Brain, burst the Phantom Assassin down in a hurry. That was so easy to do, and that's something that you would expect from HEHE's lineup. They could do that like 12 more times and they'll be in the money, but unless that happens, then Moscow 5 still have firm control of the game.
They're gonna have to do this 12 more times, if not more even, because he's defending, but the Plague Wards are just so damn annoying. He's a little bit low on mana now, though. They don't have Arcane Boots on anybody yet. I think the Ice Blast is flying because he's gonna not run back into it. Almost, but not quite. As Moscow 5, looks like they've kind of dialed it down with the regression a little bit. Oh, unless PG, he's gonna fish for the arrow, I think. Well, maybe not.
King R and Bambo awkwardly next to each other. They do know that they are right next to each other, and now the Fissure is being armed, and it will land a King R. Cold Feet is almost going to be assured to land as well. It will freeze him in place, but that's it. Arrow's going to fly, hit Sexy Bambo. Where's the follow-up? Moscow 5 are all going to get ignited. I guess that's, or one person's going to get ignited. I guess that's nice, but that's pretty much it. This is a lot of time that HEHE has spent just on this mid lane. They've all been just crowded around looking for fights. PGG is going to escape as well. Yeah, that was 4 heroes invested into that very long, very extended phase, which did pretty much nothing for them. And now Vigos is on the hunt. Bottom lane's going to get Ice Blasted. Tron trying to take a tier 2 tower, but Vigos is hunting. He does not seem to know that he has enemies right behind him. He's going to try to dive Bambo. Or he's just going to run away. No, there's the Sprout to Bambo plus the Orchid, but Vigas still has yet to break his invis. There's the damage on the Bambo. Will be enough with one more hit. There it is. Wrath of Nature going to get the kill. And then a pause. Of course there's a pause. There's TP coming in. This is going to be the Medusa. And that is going to be a TP that is going to stick. So do they have enough to actually kill either of these heroes? I don't think they do. Vigas might get cold feeted to the floor, but he's already invisible, and there's no detection on the heroes that are incoming.
It's Medusa, I think, coming in with the first TP here, or pretty much at the moment the only TP. If he had Phase Boost himself, he might be able to catch up on the Tron, but Tron, only 2 seconds for his own Phase Boost cooldown. And with that, I think he should be able to run away, even if Medusa immediately pops his Stone Gaze. But if they get the kill onto Nature's Prophet, it's going to be huge. I mean, his 10, 0, and 5. He is almost 4,000 net worth ahead of the next highest this early into the game. This kill, if they get it, can be just kind of a mid-game swing of sorts, but can they get it? That's the question.
I think they can because Nihis has a haste rune. If he runs straight down here, well, they might not even need that, actually. They have enough damage just by Medusa's right clicks and her sticking power. Going to kill off the Nature's Prophet, and it will be that Medusa kill on Nature's Prophet, as you said before. Let's take a look at the spike of gold and experience. That's 900 experience, 1,000, 1,100 gold, actually, going for the Medusa. Suddenly, she's extremely wealthy. However, Moscow 5, it's only his first death, so it could be a lot worse. Nihis going to be dodging a whole bunch of projectiles over in the mid lane. Blur Brain now going to get Galed up, and Veiled will be just fine as well, but it's going to be a kill, and Techno Roshan might pay the price for it. King R chasing forward. Vision's going to land on one. Echo Slam onto everyone else. Vigas is going to land a couple of Spike Carapaces, and now Techno Roshan is going to get bursted down by King R's multicast. Off on the side it is Chipson going to come in for the Nyx, and now King R sitting in Mystic Flare. He will be able to get out of there, but he will not be able to survive. That's a double kill for the Skywrath Mage, and Moscow 5 suddenly fighting fights without the numbers advantage. They needed Nature's Prophet available if they're going to fight like that. And they are going to fight like that. Nature's Prophet wants in. He's going to go for Sexy Bambo one more time. Where's the Sprout? There it is. But Bambo now has a Quelling Blade. He will make it out of the Sprout and try to run for freedom. Though I don't really know if he's going to find anything, as he's constantly running the wrong way. Now the creeps are going to help out as well. That's another kill for Tron. And in the mid lane, it is going to be them going for PGG now. They don't have any lockdown for this cat, and they will not be able to get now Hua. Get in with an arrow and a nice hit from Bloody Brain. The Ice Blast is not going to be dodged completely by PGG, but he will get out of most of it. Now Bloody Brain, though, hit with the Nova and the Shatter effect. I think this is going to be lethal on the Phantom Assassin, but it might be lethal for the Venomancer as well, as he gets jumped in the Sprout. The Phantom Assassin is going to die even in Fountain. That's the power of the dots from HEHE, but I think they're all done right now. It's still going to be a 1-for-3 trade, I believe, for Moscow 5. Maybe even better than that.
These fights. First of all, I want to say Tron, excellent. The Nature's Call there to block the Earthshaker's path. And getting the kill like that, and yeah, it was a 1-for-3 in the end by the looks of it. As another kill, Tron finds himself a Skywrath Mage. This Orchid has paid off so much for him already. Now he even has a BKB finished, so next time around, even if he is close to death, it's not going to be half as easy as it was now, or has been so far, I guess. Ice Blast not going to connect on any of the heroes. They're trying to slow down the push a little bit. PGG, not the fastest of pushers together with the Nyx Assassin, but they're just bringing down the tower slowly. And surprisingly enough, the tier 1 in the mid lane still stands.
Well, I'm sure that is not going to stand for very long. The beauty of Vigas and PGG just doing stuff by themselves, yes, they can get ganked, but at the same time, Nyx Assassin has a Blink Dagger. If they catch anyone off guard, then they will be able to blink in and annihilate their target. Mid lane, it is in fact going to be dying in a hurry. Arrow's going to fly, not connect onto anyone as the tower is destroyed by Tron. Nias is in the area, but Vigas is also right next to him. Blink forward for an Impale is going to land Wrath of Nature as well. The damage is going to be huge on the Venomancer. He will pop the Veil and put a lot of damage onto everyone else, but not enough, as Tron in the meantime is going to fight 1v3, man-moding up because he has a BKB. Not going to get that much done, but they are going to get 2 kills regardless, and the tower. Just yet another huge win for Moscow 5.
They just keep on taking them. They got a little bit overzealous a couple of minutes ago, giving away the kill on Tron and whatnot. But after that, looks like they're gone for some more controlled aggression. But having said that, Vigos, look at how low he is. The Ice Blast might even be enough. Yes, it is. So damn close, but Nyx Assassin, his health pool is just pretty damn low at the moment. And Hawa, he has his level 2 ultimate now as well. Getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter. Still needs about half of it. But the Aghanim Scepter, if it comes out on Ancient Depression, is just going to be so huge. A stun onto Techno Roshan, the arrow, it's not going to connect, I think. Never mind. He chokes himself back into the arrow. Tron couldn't come in though.
Well, Techno Roshan is going to survive for a little while longer. This Medusa just needs to minimize her death count and try to get some farm somewhere, but good luck doing that. There is actually nowhere in this game that's safe to farm, just given the fact that the Nature's Prophet is so farmed. Now he's going to be on split pushing duty. He has Gloves of Haste in his inventory, which does mean most likely Maelstrom with the Mythical Hammer. It does mean Maelstrom. So the split pushing of Nature's Prophet is going to be huge. PG is going to run straight into the Skywrath Mage, rather. The Silence is not going to kill him off. Now he's a leap out and an Urn. PGG might be home free. Force Staffed out, and yes, this will not be lethal unless this Ice Blast lands. Oh, PGG will dodge all of that, and he will just earn himself up. In the meantime, Vigos is going to be chasing forward for the Skywrath Mage. 10 HP. The Skywrath Mage is going to survive, but I don't know how long he's going to survive for. Blink Dagger is going to be canceled. Vigos really wants this kill. Throw an Impale. Throw something. Blink. Vigos is going to blink. Impale. Barely clips him, and that will be the kill. And he's going to be running right into the Ancient Apparition, though, as he tries to escape. Fissure is going to be a trade. This game is just so freaking chaotic. The tower also drops in the bottom lane. So, yet again, for like the up team time, it's another win for Moscow 5, and maybe even more so as Tron does go for the Ancient Apparition up towards top. The Orchid, once again, going to be providing some huge value. He won't even die to the Orchid. He's already going to die to the Nature's Prophet himself. That's another mega kill for Tron, and he's already sitting at 1,200 gold after his freshly completed Maelstrom. This Nature's Prophet net worth is freaking huge, man. Like, it's just sickening.
It is so ridiculous that he's doubling the next highest. Well, almost. Blur Brain is not quite half behind, but close enough. Medusa, I don't even know how the hell. Yes, he got that Hand of Might like 6 minutes in after the face boots, but even so, how does he get this amount of farm? Plus, they're going to go for Roshan now as well. Blur Brain has his own BKB finished. They have the double BKB. They're just so ready to take fights. Especially now that the Age is on the Phantom Assassin as well. But Tron, how the hell does he do it? Like, really? I guess 15 kills help out, but even so, I mean, 16,000 net worth, whereas his highest is 7.4.
Yeah. Tron has more than the Medusa and the Venomancer and the Skywrath Mage. You put them all together, he has just a little bit less, but man, this is just an insane amount of farm for Nature's Prophet. And again, like, this is also just him running a Hand of Midas just to add insult to injury. Like, this guy has all the farming tools at his disposal, and really this is only possible because their heroes are so soft. Like, they have 4 quote-unquote support heroes, and those heroes are very vulnerable to a very aggressively ganking Nature's Prophet. As long as Nature's Prophet doesn't teleport suicidally into bad situations, and he hasn't been doing so, he will be able to just sit back and farm up HEHE's heroes. And 15-1-8. We might be seeing a double godlike streak for him in this game, maybe even more. But yeah, killing him off is going to be such a pain for HEHE, given the BKB. This guy is doing a truckload of damage. He's rather unkillable, and that's just not a good combination. They're going to jump for Techno Roshan. Lots of damage onto him, burn out all of his mana. Wrath of Nature will not kill him off, but it will drop him down to 270 HP. Still, Moscow 5, they're supplying the pressure. And HEHE, they can barely defend. Even though they have Plague Wards, which are pretty good, it's not enough. Vigos getting hit with the Cold Feet. This will freeze him in place, most likely it will. But good luck initiating on that. Arrows are going to be flying, projectiles flying left and right, but at the end it's going to be tower dropped for Moscow 5.
Well, one huge pickup that he just got now is Sexy Bamboo, having a Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker plus a level 2 Echo Slam. It might be enough of a surprise to win one fight, for example. And if they win it, it's going to be pretty damn huge, because looking at the charts, it's about a 16 to 17,000 net worth lead already for Moscow 5. XP around 14,000 as well. They're going to take another tower, I think. Ice Blast is flying. They're going to go on to Techno Roshan, Blue Brain. He's the one to go in first. Impale doesn't connect onto the Medusa. There's the Blink. Echo Silence onto Earthshaker. A little bit too late, Blue Brain. Going to get petrified up, even though he has the BKB activated. He wants to go for Sexy Mambo. Should be able to get the kill. Let's see, 1 for 1. Make it a 2 for 1 now. Is Kingar. He's on the run. He's going to tick down to the poison, I think. Mystic Flare, Blue Brain. Gonna lose the Aegis. And not that bad of a fight, but PG goes into 3 heroes. What the hell was that leap?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's just feeling like PGG today, and now it's going to be Blur Brain on his way out. But here comes Tron once again, just trying to scare everyone back, if not just go straight for kills. Hua is going to get sprouted up, and that will be another death for HEHE. Suddenly, it is a tie trade overall. Nia's going to be chased down. Tron, does he really want to go up the high ground? Probably not the best idea. Blur Brain with the poison damage. This might be lethal. It will be lethal unless he has, like, sick dodges with Blur. He's dead. Yeah, that is going to be Blur Brain dying twice. Tron's the only survivor of that fight. He barely take a beneficial fight, mostly because of an Earthshaker Echo Slam, but wow, Moscow 5, they still get the tower anyway. I mean, this is just looking so bleak for HEHE. That was the best fight that they could have possibly asked for, given the Echo Slam and the surprise situation, but it just still was not good enough.
Tron is just way too farmed at this point in time. Although it was still beneficial for HEHE in a gold and XP aspect. But they should have gotten more, although Moscow 5 having the Aegis there as well. They misplayed it, to be honest. First of all, PG leaping into 3 heroes like that, using the Starstorm and suddenly dying after that. At the very least, he purchased the gem after his death, so didn't lose that one. And I saw an Agan Interceptor picked up on somebody, I think it was. Oh, the Venomancer has his Agan Interceptor finished now with a level 3 ultimate. Although, because never mind, not gonna find Medusa. Just does some cheap damage, but... I mean, Moscow 5, they have to be a little bit more careful, to be honest, in the fights.
Yeah, HEHE have a huge amounts of magic damage still. Like, that's always going to be relevant in these fights. In Moscow 5, they have a couple BKBs here and there, but everyone who doesn't have a BKB is going to be so vulnerable to that. If they get hit with the Nova and an Ice Blast, especially once this Aghanim Scepter comes up on the AA, that's like just a death sentence in and of itself. And those skills, if the Ice Blast lands, the Nova sure as hell is going to land as well. So it's a dangerous situation for Moscow 5. And speaking of, King R is going to be jumped. He will Force Staff across the ledge, and he will be fine for now. It looks like the train's going to run interference, so King R is going to be able to escape that one. Although, they are smoked up, and they might be looking for a reinitiation with another concussive shot. Bambo does still have that Blink Dagger, so initiation range of the Earthshaker is huge. If he can find anyone, that's really the hard part, and he won't do so.
Looks like Blurbrain, he's on the hunt for something. He's alone though, of course Tron can TP in at the moment's notice really. They both have BKBs, Mask of Madness finished on Blurbrain as well now. Oh god. Can he get the solo kill like that though?
Well, maybe if Vigos was a little bit closer for an impale. I think he could have actually impaled from longer range. It might have connected, but yeah, I don't know. Tron pretty much able to solo kill anyone at this point, and except for the Medusa, if he straight TVs out. PGG is going to knock it with the Ice Blast. Actually, Hua messes that one up severely, but that is going to be an Echo Slam committed. Gem on the floor, and that will be claimed by HEHE. A little bit of mess up from the Ancient Apparition, forcing Bambo to use his biggest ultimate. That might be a green light for Moscow 5 to go into the base, actually.
Yeah, I thought the same as Hava. He's gonna get caught as well by Tron. Mjolnir activated. The procs are too much. He's gonna get slowed down. Ignite with the Stifling Dagger. There's the multicast. Ace double one. Now Blurbrain gonna go active with the Phantom Strike. BKB activated. He needs a little bit more though. Not getting the crits. Finally he gets one. He gets the kill. Tron cleans up Chip's hand and the backlines. Didn't even need the Orchid for that. Just the right clicks are way too much. And they know Echo Slam. It's on cooldown. Yes, they lost a gem with it, but not that big of a deal. But there's Tron coming in with his Blink Dagger. Silence out to Sexy Membo. They get the Stone Gaze out of Techno Roshan, but he's so low one man already. Spike Carapace. Not gonna proc it. Impale gonna miss as well. So he escapes, but Sexy Membo buying back. They're just not getting enough done.
Yeah, if their Shaker does buy back, then it's like, what for? Are you going to fissure them to death? That's probably not going to happen, honestly. It's just going to be Moscow 5 applying the slow and steady stream of pressure. HEHE, I guess because they have low-ish levels, they'll be revived soon. So that's like kind of good for them, I suppose. But yeah, this is a Nature's Prophet who is a hand of Midas away from getting 6 slotted 28 minutes into the game. Like, he could sell the Hand of Midas or keep it on a courier or whatever and then buy literally whatever item he wants. If he wants to go for a basher, so be it. He's going to be doing a truckload of damage. He is pretty much capped out at this stage.
It's just ridiculous. How farm can one hero be? I mean, what's Nature's Prophet's gold pyramid? 854. That is just way too sick to be honest. And now Phantom Assassin gets himself the basher as well. Some additional damage. Potential lockdown as well for a couple of seconds if he gets lucky enough. Hava though, he's only 40 gold short of his own Aghanim Scepter, but the courier, it's just gonna get sniped by PGG and Blurbrain, I think. Can they choke it out? PGG, come on, leap, get some vision. No, whew, courier. It's gonna survive, but Tron, goddamn.
You can't stop him, man.
They just get too much.
He can't be stopped. It's not possible. It can't be done. I mean, he just teleported in off of Vigos's and King R's initiation and claiming the kills left and right. It looks like the last item for him is going to be either Sheepstick or... Okay, well, it's going to be a Sheepstick as he picks that up. Would have thought that Scotty would have also been a potential purchase for him, but yeah, the Nature's Prophet can't get that much more item progression now. Maybe it's not a Blink Dagger game. Maybe he wants to just get something that helps him fight, but man, this guy's done. He's done farming. And he has...
Do you sell your Midas or do you just keep using it? Because this early on usually it hasn't even paid for itself all that much just to get the level and whatnot, but I mean, having to sub out a minus 30 minutes in, that is just way too crazy.
I don't know. I mean, gotta have buyback, right? Maybe.
Oh god, but they're at least trying to do something. They've smoked up. They're gonna find PGG, but it's only a support. It's not a big loss, even if PGG dies. They silence the Fishers, they're Mystic player as well. Kingar gonna throw out the Ignite. Multicast onto Chip Sign, Wrath of Nature to bounce around. Skyraf is so low, Tron. Not gonna take the chance though. Although he could have easily gone in there and got at least 2 kills with his BKB, but they're just pushing out bottom lane.
And they have quite a few defensive tools at this point, now that the Medusa has a little bit more damage. Crystal Hammer, Yasha, Drums, she's going to be able to clear pretty easily. And Moscow 5, now the big hurdle for them is going to be, how do we break the base? I think the answer is going to be just push everything. Nihis can only be in one lane at any one given time. Whatever lane the Venomancer is in, make sure Tron is in a different one. And does Tron really want to farm more? I don't know what he's farming for. I guess it has to be a Blink Dagger replacement, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be still using this Hand of Midas like this.
Well, you want to make sure that the item progression keeps on coming, I guess. Having the buyback, although Cell Midas almost have buyback anyway. But he's level 23 already as well. He's gonna be capped out within the next 2-3 minutes, maybe even completely, in both items as well as experience. So at the very least, he's not gonna have anything to go for any further. So he might, if they can start winning fights with Tron being this farm, they might be able to actually turtle it out and have the Medusa come back late game. But Medusa, I think this is the first time I've seen a BKB Medusa.
Yeah, and it's pretty much out of necessity. If she gets hit with 1 stun, she's going to get hit with 3. And then at that stage, you're just going to get demolished. Tron is going to take Aegis by himself before he goes up the high ground. So it seems like Moscow 5 are going to play it a little bit slower, a little bit steadier in attempting to breach high ground. And a double damage rune spawns. Oh my god, that could be very messy for HEHE.
It most likely will be as well. Tron, he doesn't know it's there yet. Flower Brain comes in and Tron, oh yeah, double damage, Ice Blast. Not gonna do too much. Kinguard, he's gonna have to back off anyway since he's so low on mana. Doesn't have his own Aghanim Scepter quite yet, unfortunately for Moscow 5. But Aegis onto Blow Your Brain just because Nature's Prophet is just such a bowler anyway and will have buyback and TP back into the fight if need be. With this double damage though, oh, he's gonna go for Nihis. He's TPing in. Nature's Call, it's still on cooldown. Blink, gonna go in. Sprout, where is it? There it comes, and Nihis. Nothing for him to do.
Sheeped up just to add insult to injury. Completely unnecessary, but got the kill anyway. Tron is, I think he actually has more than the top 3 of HEHE combined. And he's getting hit with a Frost Blast that will not be lethal. And he will be able to teleport straight out. And Vigos, he's still on the hunt. He's going to catch the Ancient Apparition. Not 100 to 0 him, but he's pretty damn close. He'll be able to swipe him down in a couple of hits. There it goes. Nick Assassin going to take that kill and then get out to safety. Now Boots of Travel being picked up by the Nature's Prophet. I guess he has a little bit more mobility to eke out of his hero. That's going to be the tier 3 tower going down. There is no Echo Slam. Sexy Bamboo. Yeah, he would really love to have one right now, but unfortunately it's on cooldown. And now the tower is soon to drop. Techno Roshan is going to get Fire Blasted. Where's your BKB, bro? You really need it right about now. And he's not going to have it. He doesn't have buyback either. With only 2 heroes up, I don't think he can defend the racks, especially when Tron and Vigos want to go deep in. Scarth Mage is going to die to the Orchid most likely as the Earthshaker gets caught in the corner. That's everyone dead for HEHE. That's got to be game.
Yeah, Blow Your Brain wasn't even a part of that fight. He lost the Aegis in the bottom lane. Echo Slam was used just to get that Aegis down before. And they're losing 2 sets of racks, probably even 3. They don't have... Medusa has buyback, but the rest of the 3 don't. They're gonna have a TP in from Nihis. Immediately stunned up though. Multicast, arrow to follow up as well. He got his ultimate off for Tron. He has the BKB there, Ice Blast. He actually might go down to this. Tron, TPing back to base doesn't help you at all. So they get that kill. Lots of gold for Nihis. But they're still double racks behind.
Mask of Madness on Nick's Assassin. Hey, it's like Mask of Madness Bat Rider. Once you initiate, you have to be able to leave quickly. Quad's gonna get jumped once again. Like buybacks just because Moscow 5 can. That's going to be GG.
Absolutely sick game by Moscow 5 just from start to finish. Didn't let up on the aggression at all. And Tron, that farm was out of this world.
Yeah, and I don't think you like resort to banning out the Nature's Prophet despite that was a good performance. It really is just HEHE choosing a lineup that's very fragile in both their heroes, literally fragile, and fragile in how they execute their strategies. I think they just have to switch gears and go for a different game plan, because this is not the way to go, I don't think, ever.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a ban-worthy just hero either, but gold per minute Nature Prophet. 9-11, man. 9-11.
Forget.
Okay, guys, so this was game number 1 of a 2-game series. So we're gonna head into game 2 now. Hopefully it's gonna be just as action-packed as this. Maybe he gonna have a slightly better time, or at least, well, you can't have too much of a worse time anyway, because this was just a massacre. But we're gonna head there. Should be starting in just a couple of minutes time, guys. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned and just listen to some music in between.